Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about my Padlet titled The Pain of Youth Sport about the book called Until It Hurts by Mark Hyman. You can see it in the top part, the intro video of me introducing the topic. I even wrote down an intro for the book. Talks about what it goes through, how he talks about his son, as well as real-time experiences. On the right at the top, you're going to see articles that I feel are relevant to the book, and on the left, videos relevant to the book. And as you go down the levels, you will go down in chapters from right to left. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4. Chapter 1 is about parents taking over youth sport and has some articles supporting that. Chapter 2, Tiger Tracks, talks about elite athletes under the age of 5, with Tiger Woods being one, and a prodigy climber that has world records that 20-year-olds can't even touch. Chapter 3, Parental Payoff, talks about scholarships at colleges and how helicopter parents are the nightmare of coaches and nightmare adults with pushing their children too far. 4 is Equal Time, about women in sport, how Title IX was introduced and how it brought about opportunities for young female athletes that were not there before. In between this, I have the significance of the issue and how significant this is to everyday life. Chapter 5, Until It Hurts, talked about how athletes go through pain in order to satisfy their coaches. And then articles of Play Through Pain and Parents Pay Attention. Play Through Pain talks about how the psychological effect on athletes playing through pain has, and how parents should pay attention to what their athletes are going to and call a stop to it if they know that it's wrong. Chapter 6, or Miracles for All, talks about Tommy John surgery done by Frank Joby, and then a video on Tommy John in youth sport and how the Mariners professional baseball team believe that Tommy John should nowhere be in youth athletics. Chapter 7, Risking Everything, discusses how athletes will go through extremes of eating disorders in order to satisfy their parents. Articles of female athletes in this, as well as eating disorder in athlete, talks about not just the female perspective and not just the bulimia perspective, but also the obesity perspective in football. Chapter 8, I'm Angry Are You, talks about bad parenting in youth sports and the violence that can be caused from it. The video Bad Parents and Violence in Youth Sports discusses parents getting violent with their athletes, refs, and coaches, and then tips for parents to be good fans and not become these parents that get violent. Chapter 9 is A Return to the Fundamentals. Talks about that there are good things going on in youth sports and there are good people making those organizations, one of which is Soccer in the Streets, which helps at-risk youth in central city areas that don't go to school, but through this program learn the necessities of it. And then How to Be a Good Youth Sport Parent is a program that is put through in order to educate parents on building their athletes up and not tearing them down. And then between up there I have this title, Impact of the Novel, how it impacts society, why it's important. I have the handout sheet that you can look through that basically gives you a rough overview of the chapters and critical questions. What's next is what the future holds after this book was released. Critical questions to think about while you're reading the book. And then my personal reflection on how I feel the book was laid out, what I feel was good about it and what was bad. And then I have some comments from my other classmates and references. Thanks. I hope you enjoy, and I hope it's easy to understand.